How do we come to terms with the end of a relationship? Bereavement is one often heartbreaking end to a relationship. We see this in the Bible when Ruth and mother-in-law Naomi lose all their menfolk and move to Naomi's home of Bethlehem in strapped circumstances. A Scots friend who lost her husband returned to live amongst the stark beauty and sparse population of northern Scotland, having lived in the south of England since she went down to study and having married her husband there and stayed. 2 years on from his death, she is moving back down south. What was initially too painful to bear is now desired. Local triggers for memories of lovely times shared, not only with her husband, but with her church community, whose commiserations she initially found too distressing. Separation from a toxic relationship involves a similar process. We mourn the investing of ourselves in feelings unreciprocated. We grieve giving up, our own failure to make it work. In the same way as my bereaved Scottish friend, we hive ourselves off to lick our wounds until they heal, though they leave a scar. I have been there. Sometimes, perhaps most cruelly, we separate ourselves from a loved one in their best interests. When Jochebed could no longer hide baby Moses from Pharaoh, who wanted to kill the Hebrew baby boys, she built an ark, the same word in Hebrew as Noah's ark that kept survivors of the flood safe. Pharaoh's daughter drew Moses from the water so that, ironically, he grew up in the safety of the tyrant's palace. Hannah in the Bible kept her vow to give up her child if only God would grant her one. Her son Samuel was raised as a priest. How must that kind of giving up feel? It's hard to put ourselves there, I know. I've tried to explore this situation in the character of Mutti in my novel Being Lena Levy, which is based on the 10,000 Jewish parents who did this. They gave up their children to the Kindertransport, which brought them to the UK, safe from the Nazi Holocaust. My bereaved Scottish friend found the strength to try and build a new life for herself after lamenting with God for a season. Surely Jochebed caught precious glimpses of Moses doing well as he grew up. Hannah treasured her annual visits to Samuel. Ruth met and married her Boaz. They had a son, and Naomi rejoiced in her family's descendants. I too met and married my Canadian Boaz. In the midst of our pain, God invites us to lean on Him. If we do this, then like Job, we can hope to declare, I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end He will stand on the earth. And after my skin has been destroyed, yet in my flesh I will see God. I myself will see Him. Job 19:25-27.